It actually happened as the St. Louis Blues and Doug Armstrong make a shocking roster move by sending Justin Carbonneau back to the juniors as people were expecting him to break into this team entering the regular season. We're going to break down this report on Justin Carbonneau, exactly what multiple players had to say on the young prospect, and Carbonneau speaking out on going into next season. We're going to break down all this and so much more later on this episode. Before we get into that, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone watching the videos and to the 53.2% of you guys watching this. If you're enjoying the daily updates from all around the St. Louis Blues, make sure to go down and hit that free subscribe button. We're trying to get that number down to a 50-50 split, so make sure to go down, hit that subscribe button. We'll give you daily updates from all around the team. But with that, Darius, let's just hop straight into this today. We're Justin Carbonneau, the name of the offseason that we've seen with the St. Louis Blues, did get some news last night, and we've seen Justin Carbonneau was saying his goodbyes to the St. Louis Blues teammates after the game. He's heading back to junior hockey in the Q this season. This is coming from Lou, and listen, go check out all Lou's work. He does an incredible job. We'll have him linked down in the description as well. But Darius, the big thing with Justin Carbonneau, we've seen a lot of high respect coming from the organization from Carbonneau. We see respect coming from his play, but are you a little shocked that we didn't get that 8 to 9 game sample size of Justin Carbonneau? And listen, we're going to hop into quotes and everything else, but what is your initial thoughts on not getting to see Carbonneau start the regular season in St. Louis?
Well, this is officially the saddest day in Blues Digest history. Our bull in a china shop has been officially sent back down to the QMJHL and junior hockey, but I am a little surprised, I'll be honest. And I'm not surprised because he's not getting the 9 games in the NHL. I'm surprised because there's still a couple preseason games left and they're not keeping him around for that. That I'm a little bit surprised about, to see him get that experience and be around the guys a little bit longer. And I could get it from the other point of view, like junior hockey has started already, a couple weeks into the season. Maybe you want him down there playing with the team, getting games in. I get that. But I would want him to soak up a little bit more information with the NHL squad first. So I'm not necessarily surprised that he's not getting the 9 games or anything like that, but just how early he's been sent down already. On the other side of things, being sent down to the QMJHL, Mark, you and I had a chance to check out a QMJHL game live a couple weeks ago. And let me tell you, this guy is going to rip that league apart, because that league has changed. Not only that one, but the CHL in general, with a lot of players going to the NCAA. It's a much younger league. He is going to put up insane numbers this year. I would be shocked if he doesn't get well over 100 points. He's going to play less games, of course. I don't think he's going to play the max 68 games. In the regular season. Obviously, he's already missed a couple games, so he's not going to do that. So we'll see where that falls. And, World Juniors is an option as well. That'll be interesting to watch, but I'm totally expecting him to go down, rip it apart offensively, continue to be the powered forward that he is. And I do want to see different aspects of his game grow as well. The defensive side of the puck, the details, stuff like that. I imagine that's why he was sent back, because the goal scoring is there. He scored in the preseason, right? So that'll be fun to watch, but it is an unfortunate day, quite devastating to see that Justin Carbonneau has been sent back. But we'll be watching his development closely, and I think that he's a lot closer to the NHL than people realize. But of course, it is tricky. He's not eligible for the AHL, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with him, but I'm expecting big things from him this season in the Q.
And I mean, the big thing, seeing him sent down, it sucks. It hurts for the kid and it hurts for the fans wanting to see him. But I think development-wise, this makes the most sense. And listen, he was in great spirits. He was joking around, saying that Cam Fowler owed them dinner after signing an extension in the middle of a game. Listen, we're doing a full breakdown on this later as well. But the big thing with Carbonneau is we're seeing a lot of high praise coming from multiple people. We've seen it from Jim Montgomery. We've seen it from everyone. And Colton Parayko does it perfectly. He goes in to say he's a good player, obviously a great player, a lot of skill, works on it. I think just got to keep working and building. It's hard to make the league, and I think he's going to be a great player. Just go back, enjoy this year. He's going to have a great year. He's going to get better and stronger, faster. Everything is lining up for Carbonneau to have a breakout year. Like you said, in the queue this year. And listen, I'm super excited to watch this kid absolutely dominate. The big thing with Carbonneau coming through, I don't think the spot was there. Listen, we're seeing Joseph have a good camp. We're seeing a lot of players making the push, and with some veterans on the team, it's hard to knock someone out of this lineup. And listen, Carbonneau scoring 2 to 3 goals a game, yes, you make room, but I think with him playing still very well it's hard to knock someone out of this lineup to get the young kid in. Listen, we would love to see the 8 to 9 game sample size, but like you said it perfectly. Getting back into the juniors to get going right away instead of just being with the team. And listen, this is not an official roster cut yet, but it's going to happen within the next day or two. But the big thing is get him in the juniors. He's going to get live into action immediately. Yes, you could get some preseason, but Darius, looking at the lineup, do you think there was a world? And listen, I think there was most certainly a chance, but looking at the lineup, do you think it was one of these things where Jim Montgomery looked and said, hey, it's going to be really hard to get you into the lineup. Why not get you straight into hockey action immediately?
Yeah, exactly. And they probably would have, not played him every game if he did stick around for the max 9 games until the December 1st deadline. So, he wouldn't have even been playing every day. They probably just want him to play games. And credit where credit's due. Matthew Joseph has had a good preseason, and you need certain guys to play certain roles on your team. You can't have goal scorers up and down your lineup, fourth line, third line, all of that stuff. It doesn't work like that, especially in the playoffs. You need certain guys to do certain things in different situations. So credit to Matthew Joseph. He might make the team at this point. And, for the type of player that Carbonneau is, you should be playing in a top 6 at some point. So why rush him? Send him back down to the QMJHL. It's the most logical thing to do. I was really rooting for him to make the team, and I think it would have been a cool story, of course. And the skill is definitely there. And he was putting up points in the preseason as well. But in terms of looking at the lineup and what you need, certain guys to do and what you need on a team to find success in this league, in this year, because the game is changing and going back to being more physical and all of that stuff. We'll see him in a couple of years' time, and I think he's going to be great, and he's going to be a top line player. So that'll be great. But for the time being, just to staple him, just for the sake of having him on the fourth line or the third line, it doesn't make sense for him. He's not that type of player, and it doesn't make sense for the team. So logically, makes all the sense in the world, but it is unfortunate that we will not be seeing him in the regular season.
And I mean, the big thing is Carbonneau is one of these players that's never satisfied. He said it perfectly in his quote, I'm not satisfied by everything I accomplished, but it's getting there. A couple things I still have to show. I'm getting there. So good start, but I have a lot to show. This is a kid where he did a full interview. His parents were with him just speaking on he is never happy with what he's doing until he reaches his greatest. I mean, he's continuing to work. So getting that year in the juniors is going to be a huge thing. He got a taste of preseason. He got a taste of the NHL camps. He knows what it takes. He loved working with a group. We've seen it come in that just from day one of camp, he was super coachable, spending time with the veterans in Shen, Parayko. He was learning, absorbing, getting all his information in, and I think this is poised for a big year for him. Listen, I'm going to say it right now. Justin Carbonneau will break into the NHL in the next season or two. Getting him into this Blues lineup is going to be tricky, but as the team gets a little older, as Carbonneau gets even better, looking like an absolute steal coming from the first round this year, Darius, what is your expectations? Listen, I don't want to go out and say, hey, do you think Carbonneau is going to be a 50 goal scorer? But the big thing is, could you see Carbonneau going back into the queue, absolutely tearing apart, putting up 100 points, coming into camp next year and making it almost impossible for them to cut him?
Yeah, well, Mark, if you can bring up his stats from the last couple of years, I want to make a point about that and what he can do this year. And, if you look at the last couple of seasons, 2 years ago, 68 games played, he had 59 points. He was under a point a game player, but still really good numbers, right? And only really his second year in the league. Then last year, obviously went off 89 points in 62 games. We know the offensive output that this player can have. To me, this year, it only makes sense to expect, well over 100 points, probably like 110 points. He is going to be playing in less games, stuff like that. And if he is taken away for the World Juniors, the point production will go down, but I expect him to dominate at that level. But at the same time, don't be surprised if he takes a step back in terms of point production to add different elements to his game, to get better in certain areas of the ice, be more responsible defensively. Not that he isn't, because we know he is, and the work ethic's there and all of that stuff, but to continue to develop his game so he can play at the pro level sooner. So look for that stuff this year. But I think that, it would be reasonable to expect maybe 100 points out of him. I think that's only a 10-point increase or 11-point increase on his production from last year. So I could see that being the expectation at this point because of, the leaps that he's taken the last couple of years, but he's also going to add different elements to his game, which I think is exciting, and get better in different areas like Logan Mailloux did last year too. And we're going to see that in real time in the NHL this year.
But I mean, Blues fans, what is your thoughts on Carbonneau? Are you a little bummed out that we didn't get to see the kid get straight into regular season action? Do you think going back to the Q this early is the perfect thing that they have planned for the kid as he continues developing? Let us know down in the comments. And speaking on comments, let's go straight into comments today. Coming from Mike, and he says, once again, another outstanding episode. Mark, you and Darius compliment each other. Love the channel. I want to give a huge shout out to Mike as well. I believe the second subscriber on the channel. And if you want to go down and tell us that me and Darius are great with doing videos together, or if you want us to see us fight a bull in a china shop, let us know down in the comments. While you're down there, leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone watching once again. This has been awesome. The regular season's going to be fun, so keep your eye out for that. But I've been your host, Mark, with my co-host Darius, and take care, Blues fans.